Attempting to resolve this with magic could backfire splendidly if not done properly. That being said, why are we the only ones unaffected? Is there a correlation to magic power, perhaps? In case Diablo should still be able to move. Maybe you could call Barbatos. Speak of the devil. Diablo says to be on standby until he returns. So we just have to wait. That doesn't necessarily mean we must sit here twiddling our thumbs. Is there anything you would like to do? A campus frozen in time certainly isn't something that we could usually experience. How would you like to mark the occasion? You'd like to startle the student body when things return to normal? How very like you. We'll have to place the most alarming item right in front of Mammon then. I suspect your outlook on life will change us in ways we've yet to fathom. While I'm not generally appreciative of such influence, I mind it much less when it's with you. We seem to have a wealth of time on our hands. I'll assist you since I have nothing better to do. Just because you have no one else? You suck. I never would have expected to find an hourglass that puts up decorations. All you have to do is flip it over and your surroundings become considerably more festive. Asma would probably take a liking to this particular timepiece.
Yeah.
Hello there, you two. I don't know why my animation stuttered. I'm so relieved to see you out and about.
Yeah.
Still, I was surprised when everything around me suddenly stopped. Mammon ran afoul of Raphael, which resulted in one of his spears smashing the hourglass that slows down time, which resulted in this.
Oh.
A sudden storm of spears, I take it. Well, this probably isn't the worst that could have happened.
Yeah.
I'd say it's bad enough. True. When Barbatos returns, he'll reset everything, so there's nothing to worry about there.
Oh.
Plus, there's some splendid decorations. Feel free to lend a hand too, Diablo.
Ah.
I can't wait to see the looks on everyone's faces when time begins to flow again. I left a cream pie hovering in front of Mammon. When things restart, I'll slap him straight in the face, as a comical sort of wake-up call. Perfect.
Oh.
We still do need to fix the raiment of good tidings that Mammon ripped before the flow of time returns to normal. That's what set him off. Sure, he'll be thrilled to see his precious outfit restored to its rights.
Huh?
You mean we're stuck in place for who knows how long? That blows. It's all because you busted up that hourglass, Raphael. I apologize for putting you through so much trouble.
Ah.
It's fine, he fixed everything. Even the hourglass is back to normal.
Oi.
You of all people have no right to be pointing fingers at anyone, Mammon. You're the one who created this mess.
Huh?
Didn't I get creamed already? That's punishment enough, ain't it? I'm still sticky. You're with me, aren't you?
Oi.
That's hella harsh. When did you turn into Lucifer's shadow? Time and place.
Huh?
If anyone's to blame, then it's whoever left that hourglass sitting around. They're the ones who ought to fess up. That was me.
Huh?
Did I skip something? Knowing me, I probably did. Pretty sure I didn't, but just gotta double check. I mean... Okay, so there was just a momentary lapse.
実は
I pushed a button at the bottom of the chest that originally housed the hourglasses, which sent them scattering.
Huh?
So Lord Diablo's to blame for this mess. Would you say that to Barbatos' face? Especially after the subsequent fiasco you caused. Well...
なんだ
Isn't that him over there, in fact? He seems awfully fixated on you, Mammon. I don't know how he does it. I swear he hears every complaint anyone mutters about Lord Diablo. Hold up. Barbatos, you ain't gonna come right. Oh my god.
やれやれ
I do believe I'll leave Mammon's punishment in Barbatos' more capable hands.
もう行くぞ
We're done here. All the usual hustle and bustle returned in an instant. Mammon's shrieks echo quite clearly across the grounds. I suppose that means you prefer things to be lively? If my option is lively versus being alone with some guy. Personally speaking, having everything go quiet so suddenly did make me want to preserve that silence for just a moment longer. But I'll defer to your taste. I'd rather get to enjoy a moment alone in your company no matter the background noise. Why don't we go see what sort of fate has befallen Mammon? It seems as though we're unaffected by the hourglass breaking, if we can move about freely like this. I presume resistance increases in proportion to one's magical strength, which means Diablo should be similarly mobile. Well, that does raise the question as to why you can still move freely. Maybe because of my award-winning personality? A sarcastic remark worthy of the witty sorcerer himself. You needn't imitate him in all aspects. Sure. In any case, what should we do now? Obviously, we can't let the flow of time and devildom stay frozen indefinitely. What if we tried repairing it? That's a job better left to the butler, but we can at least collect all fragments for him. Time-altering magical objects can be finicky, and I doubt simply repairing the hourglass itself will return things to normal. Once things are back to normal, I'll have to ensure Mammon takes responsibility for this mess. I wonder what would make a fitting punishment. You'll have to help me decide on the method. And torture isn't really useful on somebody who's, like, actually into that shit. I'm sure Lord Diablo must be worrying about you by now. Am I not capable enough for you? Three is a crowd, which means that I'm probably safer. Regardless, I see no real need to make Diablo go out of his way to come assist us. That being said, we should ensure that we can still use our phones given time is stopped. Try sending me something. Yes, and? Do you have a problem with that? Man, fuck you. Seems we can use our phone without issue. Text Diablo and let him know you're safe. I haven't got a reply from Diablo yet, but I did explain the entire situation. More importantly, you shouldn't be so quick to rely on him. Not while I'm already with you. Are you jealous? Don't fool yourself. Have you been trying to make me feel that way? In which case, I suppose I could indulge you. Our original task was to collect the hourglasses that have gotten scattered. It would be prudent to find the rest of them while things are at a standstill. With how many different kinds of hourglasses there were in that chest, there must be at least one that restores the natural flow of time. If we find the missing ones, that could solve two issues in one fell swoop. I see you changed your tune. When have I ever made you worry? I'm worried right now. Even with things at a standstill, I can still sense their magical signature.
Oh.
Let's go collect the closest one. Just look at all these students, frozen in time. This classroom would have been bustling had they not gotten stuck. If Asmo was out and about, he'd likely be using them all as guinea pigs for his latest makeup experiments. Belfie would just sleep right through this.
Oh.
A world this quiet would make for an ideal napping situation. If Belfie was the one left mobile, I imagine he'd keep things like this for all eternity. There should be an hourglass somewhere in here. It's on top of that beam, just sitting out of arm's reach. Someone has to sit on someone else's shoulders. Think that would give us enough reach? Suppose it's worth a shot. Hop on. Yep.
Hey.
Absolutely. Ain't no way I'm letting you feel up this ass. I got it, so you can set me down now. This hourglass is one that repeats the same day over again. Oh, I saw that movie before. What an absolute pain that would be. No wonder Barbatos was keeping these locked up. The next hourglass is somewhere in the thicket of weeds that is the back garden. Wonderful. Guess we're gonna have to do some weeding then. If you're so keen on it, go right ahead. I'll observe from over here.
Yore.
You're apprenticed to humanity's strongest sorcerer, and yet it never occurred to you to use magic to solve your problems. Just track it. It's right there. You might be better off studying magic with me instead. This appears to be the hourglass that will get time to flow again. That didn't take long at all. That's what concerns me. Out of all the ones we had left to find, we crossed paths with the most useful hourglass this easily. Given that the Hourglass Collective invoked a hide-and-seek spell to begin with, I suspect they enjoy being mischievous. This was too simple to not be some sort of setup. While I'm reasonably certain this is the hourglass that will return things to normal, Barbatos is more knowledgeable about that sort of magic. He determined that they need to be stored in a locked chest, which suggests they should not be taken lightly. If we carelessly layer another spell on top of this current one, we may find ourselves stuck like this. Sink or swim, honestly. I don't care at this point. This is one set of circumstances where caution is really key, don't you think? I'd hate to misuse it and render ourselves unable to move as well. So we should have gone to Diablo for help. Do you think his being next in line for throne makes him all-powerful? I'm perfectly capable of handling such things on my own. I'm the only one who's most often by your side. Hey, 'cause you won't let me see other people. You could have given a little more thought to how I could assist before letting your mind jump straight to him. You don't need to look so addled.
Oh.
This hourglass is indeed the one we need to restore the flow of time. It doesn't appear to be particularly hazardous either. I wasn't merely trying to tease you. It's rare to see you without a crowd of admirers. So, is it really any surprise that I'd want to take advantage of such a golden opportunity to monopolize your time?
Yeah.
You found all the missing hourglasses. Thank you, that's such a relief.
Oi.
What were you doing while time was stopped? I sent you a message and you never replied.
実は
It looked like the butler was going to make it back sooner than expected. The last thing I wanted him to see was Rad in that condition, so I was asking him an assortment of favors. You mean to say while we were frantically hunting down hourglasses, you were composing a shopping list? You have no sense of urgency. At the very least, I hope this experience has taught you the value in resisting the urge to press mysterious buttons.
Ah.
I'll certainly be trying a little harder to ignore their allure. Lucifer, human, I can't thank you enough for your assistance. That resolves that fiasco.
Oh.
You and I still have a score to settle. Just how are you planning on compensating me for my services? Bruh. Does that mean you're willing to grant whatever wish I might have? Why don't you try and guess? I'm certain you know enough about me to decipher my desires on your own. How will you be showing your appreciation? When you asked me to follow you, I certainly wasn't expecting to be taken to the Demon Lord's castle's secret garden. Isn't this supposed to be off limits to everyone but the inhabitants? Secret garden has a pretty nice ring to it. Take it to mean you have something fitting planned for such a location. Why are we here specifically? Picnic for two. How very like you. True, if we were to have one here, we would be guaranteed to have no interruptions, even without having to stop time. Events like this aren't so bad every now and again. Whenever I'm with you, time seems to flow much more slowly. It only makes me want to spend even more time together. We demons live without the same awareness, passage of time you humans have. Despite that, I find myself longing for minutes, even seconds longer with you. I wish I could freeze these moments without magic. So that all you can focus on is me. What would you say to that? Let's say I'm disgusted and I want to throw up. Normally I'd like Lucifer, but lately it's just getting a little bit too real up in this bitch.